Yo, man. What's good? Hot off the press. Just got in, man. Look, man, it's your boy Taz TV, man. We back at it again. You know what I'm saying? At Taz, no change, Jack. You know what I'm saying? We come to give y'all the hottest news or the hot that's fresh off the press right now. And I didn't have time to go nowhere because I just wanted to get this out here because it's such groundbreaking news, man. And I had to go back and refresh my memory and get all the facts about everything so we can sit back and talk about it. You know, and we're going to be diving in some straight up Clemency chaos today. You know, Trump just dropped a bombshell pardon, you know what I'm saying, freeing NBA, you know what I'm saying, of his charges, of his federal charges, and giving the old man, you know what I'm saying, Larry Hoover, you know, he giving him a shot. But, you know, it's a wild split, you know what I'm saying? It's like a wild card out here. You know, YB out here walking free while Hoover's still waiting, Jack. But, you know what I'm saying, we're going to break it down, and we're going to see what it is that we got to talk about, what's really going on, what people need to really understand about this clemency that he just got, because everybody thinking that he's on his way home, but there's more to it, you know. But let's dive in and let's get to it. So, Taz TV, first up, we got NBA Youngboy, a.k.a. Kentrell Garwin, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know who NBA Youngboy is. You know what I'm saying? One of the hottest artists out right now. And that's Baton Rouge home, man. B.R. Stand up. You know, on May 28, 2025, Trump hit him with a full pardon, man. Wiping out his federal charges. Let's talk what he was in for. You know, like what he really do. So back in 2020, he got popped in Louisiana for being a felon with the firearm. And he got 23 months sentence. But let's talk about that, though. You know, it was a little funny how that happened anyway, because when he had got this sentence, you know what I'm saying, when he had got this charge, it stemmed from a video shoot, right? When he was at a video shoot, he had a video shoot. Every time he came back to BR, the police was on his head, boy. Like, they was on his head, busting up his video shoots, whatever. They ran down everybody at the video shoot. It was a gun out there, because you know how niggas like to do videos and got the guns all out, this and that. That's what happened, man. He had the gun out. And they did a ballistics on the gun, and the gun came back. They say they had DNA, his DNA on it. That's how they tied him to the gun. It's not because they seen him with the gun. It's not because they got the gun off him. The gun was just out there in the vicinity where they ran down everybody. And you know how that happened. When everybody out there in the same area, everybody book it. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Book 'em. You know what I'm saying? What was that? All About the Benjamins. You know what I'm saying? But so he got 23 months sentence from that. Then in 23, bro came from in Utah. They came from with 63 new charges, Jack. Yeah, baby, that boy wasn't playing. He said he going big. He going big. Cause remind you, when he got that 23 month sentence, he was out there in Utah. I think he was on house arrest, dealing with his little situation out there at Grave Digger Mountain. You know what I'm saying? But that boy got tied up with 63 new charges, man. A prescription. You know what I'm saying? They got him with a prescription drug fraud ring. You know what I'm saying? That boy, you know what I'm saying, bro, like, how you rack up 63 charges, Jack, and you already just getting off on this gun charge, man? Like, I don't get it, man. It was something deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? They say he was ordering fake scripts for codeine and other drugs, living like a pharmacy kingpin. Bro was calling in like, yeah, this is such and such. We coming down and get such and such. You know, do y'all got it? Bro was calling different pharmacies. I don't know how this boy got a script pad, but you know, he was doing it, man. Like bro was getting it. Like, but you know, that wasn't Manyan to do for you. You know, they said he had other people doing it for him too, but you know, that's another story. That's neither here nor there. But look, he pleaded guilty to 10 charges in Utah, and he was set to get out in July 25. You know what I'm saying? In July this year, but Trump's pardon sprung him to like a March the 24th. You know, and like, that's only like 18 months total time served since the 2020 trial, bro. And then look, I seen the news. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a clip. We got the clip up here. Bro came home like the fucking president. Man, bro came home with helicopter escort. Bro got a young militia working for him. You hear me? That's that manyan. How you get that manyan, son? Like, bro, got that there. So look, my man 25, and look, bro out here dropping bangers, and now he planning that Make America Smile Again tour for 2025, you know what I'm saying, starting in Dallas, and it's going to end up in New Orleans. You know, look, at Taz No Chain, bro, look, YB out here moving faster than my truck on 22, bro. Like, this boy is moving, you heard me? Like, he getting his job designed. You know, who this boy lawyers, who he know. You know what I mean? Trump out here partying and clearing YB Browns are like, you got 63 tabs? Huh? Cleared? You know, bro just clearing this shit like that was nothing. Like, he had 63 charges, no question asked, and then, bro, I think he only fucking, pled guilty to like 10 of them. Like, that boy for real, you heard me? Like, he doing it. But look, though, hey, this man is a different breed, bro. Never to say less. Now, look, let's get to the old man, Larry Hoover. Now, the OG, you know, remind y'all, he been locked up for a minute, but just to refresh for you younger folks, let you know who he is. You know, he started at GD back in the 60s, right? Around 68 to be exact. But, you know, he was just a Chicago kid. You know what I'm saying? He was running around with the Supreme Gangsters at the time. You know what I'm saying? He might have been like 15, 16. You know, he was just trying to survive the Inglewood streets. You know, but back in 68, when he was around like 18 years old, he merged his crew with David Barksdale, King David. You know what I'm saying? From the Black Disciples. And they came together to start the Gangster Disciples, which later would be known as Growth and Development. You know what I'm saying? This was to unify the black gangs, to get them all against, to unify the black gangs, you know what I'm saying, against the rival gangs, you know what I'm saying, like the VLs, you know what I'm saying, the Vice Lords, and protect their community. Because, you know, ultimately, all gangs, all organizations, they started out as a community group, just to help the community out, to police and protect our own community. You know what I'm saying, like a sort of a Black Panthers and them type of situations. But, you know, these things seem to get out of hand. You know, it grew up to be a whole empire. You know, now it's all about drugs, turf wars, kidnapping, racketeering, RICOs. You know, you name it. These things tend to get out of hand like that, which they was never really intended to be like that. Now, Hoover's been locked up since like 73. You know what I'm saying? That's when he got like that 150 to 200 year sentence, you know what I'm saying, from Illinois State Prison, were for order to hit on a 19-year-old Pookie William Young. You know, and at the time, the old man, Hoover, he was only 22 when he caught this charge. Now, he's 74. Now, that's 52 years later. You know, behind bars, bro, the old man done like, damn, bro. Like, this man done been locked up longer than he been alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, longer than he been free on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's like more than 2/3 of his life. Now, in 97, he caught his federal license for running the GDs. You know what I'm saying? Criminal enterprise from the prison. Now, remind you, that's when he was in the state prison. You know what I'm saying? 97, that's when he was in the state prison. That's before they shipped him. Therefore, they shipped him to the feds, you heard me? They had to get rid of him out the state because he had so much influence in the state. You know what I mean? And that's when they sent him to the feds. You know, that's when they did all that. Remind you, man, them people played rough with him. They had his own people wired up, like people that's in the organization wired up, going to talk to him, be wired up, had the bathrooms, every area of the state facilities wired up to see him. They even went so far, man, they were wiring up the badges and everything. You know, when his people came to see him, like when his family, to tell him how the businesses is going on the outside, everything they had going on. But now, let's stay on topic. You know what I'm saying? This just show you how, what's the level of this? This is when he caught that case and they made it fed, right? Now, Trump commuted those federal sentences on the 28th, which is today, 2025. But that Illinois sentence, that shit still lingering over his head. Like, that ain't over with. Now, that still got him chained up. He still got to face that. And he not eligible for parole until 62. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, be like 112. Like, come on, bro. Y'all know he ain't gonna make it. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? What is a sci-fi A sci-fi movie? Like you think he gonna live to see that long? Like, come on, man. Now his lawyers, you know what I'm saying, Miss Jennifer and brother Justin, they are hyped about this federal commission. You know what I'm saying? They saying like, Illinois got to step up now, baby. Y'all got to do what y'all got to do. Now, I'm pretty sure President Trump wouldn't just waste a clemency for no reason. Now, everybody, Kanye, Kim, man, there's just so many well-known people in high places have pushed for the old man to been getting out, to been released. You know what I mean? Because really, a lot of things that he locked up for is for the crimes of others. You know what I'm saying? These are not necessarily his crimes, so to speak. But because they say he's a leader, he's responsible for these things. So this is something that we need to think about when we thinking about doing crime, young folk. Now the problem is the governor, JB, now he's one of the biggest Trump haters. Now he been calling him out since day one. You know, so getting clemency from Governor JB, it's like my kids trying to ask me, hey dad, can I not wash the dishes tonight? You know, no. You gonna go in there and wash them dishes? You know, hey dad, can I go outside? My room not clean? Clean your room. Look at that. Yeah, but that's just like that, man. You know, so it's an uphill battle, fam. So in 24, Hoover had a parole hearing, man. He went in front of the courts and he told the courts, like, look, bro, I'm nothing like I was in 97. I'm not that same man. I done, you know, I'm pushing peace, bro. Like, I'm back in my family. They got the Paradigm Shift Academy, you know, for education. We trying to build up the people, build up Illinois, man. I'm pushing peace, bro. You know what I'm saying? He the original pushing peace. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Illinois, they like, hey, I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it, sir. You forgot the cities of Chicago is fucked up because of you. But he trying to tell them, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that there. Them young, I've been denounced this shit. Let me go. I ain't got nothing to do with what they got going on. These folks, they say they gangsters, they say they BDs, they say they all that. But they ain't that. They claiming a street, Jack. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so you know they ain't trying to hear that. You know, you got governor, you got the governor on the phone talking with the old man lawyers like, you said let Larry out? And he said, you know, I ain't vibing with Trump doing it. So, you know, because Trump did it, tell him to come back and talk to me in 62. You know, that's the type of bullshit that we got going on right here, man. Like, this clemency game is straight up a mismatch, y'all. Like, it ain't real, man. You know, YB 25, bro, and he done less than 2 years on all his sentences. You know what I'm saying? A gun charge. 63 new federal cases, bro. like pills. That's drug related. Like identity theft. Cause he had stole somebody goddamn doctor pad. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad the boy made it out. I'm glad Top made it out that shit. I'm glad he got that money to pay for his way out. But damn. You know what I'm saying? And he free like he just won the game winner. You know what I'm saying? But Hoover, the old man, 74, you know what I'm saying? He been locked up for 52 years. 52. Damn, I just thought about that. He been locked, change them numbers around. He been locked up longer than young boy been alive. 52 years. He been locked up 52 years and young boy 25. Ain't that some shit? I'm going to have to do the etymology on them numbers at some point because it got to be some type of coincidence for that 52 and 25 years. Like, his whole life is a triple overtime, like, with no buzzer. They just keep playing and playing. I mean, like, YB out here steady dropping mixtapes back to back and they got Hoover in the studio, but they ain't give him no mic. Like, he ain't got no mic to talk on, Jack. But Hoover steady got, but YB steady dropping. But they got Hoover just in the studio telling him to do something, but they ain't give him a mic. You know, so how can he do something? So look, man, from Pontotoc to Chicago, this ain't just local, y'all. Like, this justice system, you know what I'm saying, keeping old heads like Hoover locked on ancient charges, man, while young dudes like YB catch breaks after break after break after break. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even get it. And I want to say, like, they had done redid the law for something like for 78, but like Hoover saying this predates that because it's like from 73. So really, he technically eligible for parole. But unless he get this clemency from the governor, you know, he gotta wait till his next parole hearing, which will be in 28. Because he just had one 24, so I think it's like on every 4 years you can come up before the parole board, man. So we gotta think about this and look at that. You know, man, it's an underrated national issue, man. Parole boards and governors playing gatekeepers, man, keeping people locked up. You know what I'm saying, for whatever their own reason. They trying to say he's still a risk for the people. And let me remind y'all, he's already been moved. They already got him in Illinois State Penitentiary. He's at Dixon. You can pull him up right now. He's at Dixon Correctional Facility. I thought I mentioned that earlier, but I didn't. He's at Dixon Correctional Facility, man. And we gotta look at that, man. This is a big deal. It's a lot going on. And we just need to talk about it. You know, this is something that we just need to talk about, man. Like, some cases, like, we're gonna lock people up forever. Forever. I know they say, well, he killed somebody. He killed somebody, and he deserved to be in there forever. But did he? Or did they just say, because someone else did it, and he's the leader of that organization, the true thing of a RICO, you know what I mean? Like, he responsible for that. You know what I mean? And like Diddy case, they got him for a RICO, but he's in there by himself, right? But that's neither here nor there. But yo, fam, what's your take on this? You know what I'm saying? YB free after a minute. Hoover waiting after half of a century, man, to get a clemency, and it's a clemency chaos, legit. You know what I'm saying? Is this legit? Or they got to quit? You know what I mean? But drop your thoughts and your comments down below. Follow at Taz No Chains and subscribe to Taz TV, man, for more truth, lads, and real talk, bro. Where we bring y'all the realest, you know, the realest every day. So this just a little short thing, man, and let's keep it 100, man. And I talk to y'all later. Peace out, Tasmania fam.